Counsel, I didn't address you.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Irish Demon here, back with another video. Now, we see some pretty crazy stuff happen in court, but in this one, we got a guy who's acting really cagey and a lawyer that tries to hide his presence. You see, he's in a court that he's not meant to be in. And in the small claims court, depending on the jurisdiction, generally speaking, you can't have legal representation there with you. And that is the case in this one. Now, there's a couple of things I want you to look at. Obviously, there's the explosive incident between the lawyer and the judge, but then there's also the fact of whether or not the lawyer actually left the room. I want you to keep an eye on Mr. Potter's face and tell me if it looks like somebody's in the room or not. Now, I obviously don't know, but I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. Let's get stuck straight in.
Was there an attorney on this?
I obtained one, yes.
Well, who is that?
I have obtained an attorney, and I am going to file a motion to set aside the judgment and move it to circuit court or district court.
There's already a judgment.
Yes.
Was there an attorney? Did you guys have, you guys were talking in the breakout room today?
No, I just learned in the breakout room that he had an attorney, and I want to know why the attorney is here. Because as you stated,
Where's the attorney?
Right here.
Who is it?
Right here, Your Honor, Kevin Miller.
Together if they're in the same space.
It's Kevin Miller.
I can't see you. You need to move closer to this gentleman. Who is that?
My name
Slide
is
over.
Kevin
I can't see
Miller.
you. Get closer. Mr. Miller,
Yes,
why
Your Honor.
are you involved in this matter?
Because he wants an attorney to represent him at this point. The judgment is flawed and it should be set aside.
First of all, you're not even supposed to be involved in the mediation.
There was no mediation.
You can't.
Your Honor, you yourself stated that there's a judgment entered. How can you mediate if there's a judgment?
What did you guys do today?
We were put into he was put into a breakout room and sent to a mediator.
that was an error.
Left the breakout room and let me know that it's
Fran,
set for discovery, and
Fran.
then I put them all in
Yes,
there
sir.
by mistake, Your Honor.
Fran, I want you to tell me what happened, because I'm not getting a straight answer.
You're getting a straight answer, Your Honor, and I resent that. I'm telling you exactly what happened.
Counsel, I didn't address you.
Yes, you did.
I'm addressing my
You
media.
say that you're not getting a straight answer from what I told you. You are addressing me.
I asked you how it is
I told
that
you
you were
exactly
with the
what
mediator.
happened, Your Honor. We went into a breakout room with the mediator. You yourself said, Your Honor, that there is a judgment. How can you mediate if there's already a judgment? The mediator was also confused and wanted to talk to the clerk.
Okay. Go ahead, Katrina.
I'm sure that Mr. Miller knows that I have to manage the breakout rooms. And that's what I've been doing for a couple of years since we've been on Zoom. So I failed to notice that this was set for discovery today. And I did place the parties in the breakout room with the mediator, then exited the breakout room and informed me that this was set for discovery. I left the parties in the breakout room because they needed to conduct discovery.
Okay.
Judge Marble, this is Fran.
What's up, Fran?
I just was going to say that we didn't actually conduct any mediation. As I began to try to identify the parties and ask if they had been before me previously, and they said yes. I will note that Mr. Miller failed to make known his presence until I heard him speak, and I asked if there was somebody else in the room. I don't believe that was very appropriate, Mr. Miller. But nonetheless, we did not conduct any mediation. I came back when I realized that it was a discovery based upon the docket, and so there was no mediation that took place. And Katrina did tell me that it was sent in error.
Counsel, you don't have the right to be involved in the process at this point?
We tried to file this to be removed, and we were told we couldn't do it yet.
Counsel, then if no removal order was signed, you don't have the right to appear on this. Counsel, are you going to tell me that you don't know that attorneys are not allowed to appear in small claims cases?
I certainly know that, Your Honor, but when I file a petition to have it removed, I certainly don't expect the clerk to tell me I'm not allowed to do that. And that's
And
what
when did you
happened
file
yesterday.
this petition? When did you file it?
I tried to file it yesterday, and the clerk wouldn't accept the pleadings.
Yeah, because there's a judgment.
Doesn't matter. You can still file a motion to have it set aside if the judgment's improper.
And why is the judgment improper?
First of all, the
You
judgment
know
was
what? You know what? I'm not even going to entertain that. I'm not even going to entertain that because you don't have the right to be here. So
Oh, you didn't have the right to
This
enter
is
the
a
judgment. You didn't
discovery.
either, but you did.
this is a discovery. You know, I'm not even going to entertain it. So I guess, counsel, I guess at this point, I don't want you saying anything.
I'm not going to say a word.
Okay.
Just tell him I stepped out.
Okay. Mr. Potter,
Yes, sir.
you are supposed to be producing for Miss Smith your social security number, your bank account and credit union numbers, statements for savings and checking from bank accounts and credit union accounts, titles to all vehicles, titles to all real estate. Do you have that information?
Not under LLC, she can't get all that.
Not what?
Under an LLC, we're LLC. So, I mean, technically, they can only go after what's under the company name, right? Not personally. And the reason this judgment was
I don't
set
think I-
because I made a mistake.
I don't think I heard you object on that grounds at any point. You were here in January, and I think you were here in March.
I made it to every one except for the last one, which you put in a judgment because I made a mistake and came on the wrong day. Because I wouldn't have missed it.
Okay. Well, I don't think you objected at any point. So judgments against, well, it says Potter's Concrete, doing business as Anthony Potter. Or maybe it's vice versa. So I think you're in the mix. So you haven't produced any of that for Ms. Smith?
No, I don't have that information. My wife does. Because she is the actual agent for the LLC.
Did he ever submit an evidence pack?
No, he did not.
I didn't think so.
Nor did he appear on May the 10th.
And that was accidental. I did call in, but it was too late. The judgment was already entered.
Then you had 21 days.
Did you file a motion to set aside the judgment at that time? In
No,
May
we
or
tried
June
yesterday to do
or
that.
July?
I'm
You're too late. It's not even, you're too late.
Yes.
Now, look, you're too late. So, you know,
Well, shouldn't even have won the case in the first place. You said you should have dismissed it, and that's what you said last time. And I missed the court, so she automatically won because I didn't show up, and that was not my intention, I swear, Your Honor.
Whether it was your intention or not, you still didn't show up for court. So if a decision was made in your absence, that's on you.
Did we try to call him?
I don't have any idea, Judge.
Yeah.
I
I
did
wonder
call.
if
Are
we
there
might,
numbers in the file?
we might have even tried to call you.
No.
I don't know.
I have one phone number. I have one cell.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will call, sometimes I won't. It just depends on,
I didn't get a call.
it depends on several factors. If I have somebody who's consistent in showing up and they don't show up, you know, sometimes, or if I think we're having trouble with Zoom or whatever, sometimes I'll make a phone call. But you didn't, you know, you didn't file a motion, if you didn't file a motion timely, so, you know, you need to produce what she's asking for. And
Well, I'm not
if you don't do it today, you're risking her asking for a show cause hearing, and you're risking being held in contempt of court. And I'm sure your lawyer, even though I told him not to say anything, he probably could have told you that, or probably would tell you that. When are you going to produce this information?
Well, I'm not gonna do it over Zoom. And I honestly I'm trying to work stuff out with my insurance company too, but it's not very fast, so.
Well, you know what? All of that, you know, look, the case has been going on since last fall, hasn't it?
Yeah, oh, believe me, I know. I've been on Zoom and I've got a lot of hours into this case, and then for it just to get thrown out.
Okay, so
Yes. 'Cause I was there every time.
Let me say, no, I think she.
Yes, I was
Okay.
there every time except for the last time, and that's when you gave her the judgment. Because I wasn't there, and I called in later that day.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, there seemed to have been some issues about you guys hooking up to do the whatever you were going to do to fix it. There was an issue about that too.
No,
Right?
I even went over to her house. I agreed to redo it. She decided she was just going to take me to court and sue me.
He didn't provide.
No, I'm not talking about. Yes, of course I have it. What about it?
He was given ample enough time to come and appear for the judgment. I mean, before the judgment on May 10th, before you even issue that. So, I mean, this has been going on forever, and I'm just, if he doesn't want to comply, Judge Marble, I'm asking you to issue a bench warrant for his arrest if he can't supply me with this.
Ma'am, that's a little bit premature. He's here. I'm giving him an opportunity. I mean, are you at your office now, Mr. Potter?
No, sir.
Well, I see a bunch of filing cabinets,
It's
behind
not my
you.
office, sir.
Well, I don't know. Where are you?
In Davison.
Well, what? Who owns the space where you're sitting in right now?
An attorney?
An attorney or the attorney sitting next to you that's not supposed to be here?
No, it's a firm. I guess you'd call it Davison Legal Associates.
Okay. All right. Well, look, Mr. Potter.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. Mr. Potter,
Yes, sir.
I'm adjourning this to the 23rd. You're to bring the things that are listed on subpoena to the courthouse, and Ms. Smith, we're gonna set this for Tuesday, August 23rd, a week from today. We're gonna set this for 9:30.
So is this gonna be via Zoom?
No, I think I'm gonna,
They both need to appear in person.
yeah, you guys gotta be here in person so you can get a copy of this information that he's gonna bring. Now, if he doesn't
Okay.
bring the information, then I guess, I guess he's gonna have to, if he doesn't do it, he's subject to a show cause hearing. And if he doesn't do it, then a bench warrant can be issued, so.
This is really putting me out. I am physically I've now got to get an amigo to come here.
You're gonna have to do
I have
what?
An amigo.
Have you got a wheelchair?
I don't have a wheelchair. I have an amigo. And my grandkids have to break that down for me in order for me to come to the courthouse.
Okay, well, if you have to pay somebody to get you transported down here, then you give me the billing for that, and I will consider adding that to the judgment. I mean, Mr. Potter could email this information to you, but he's insisting on showing up in person. You do have email, right?
Yes, I do.
And Mr. Potter, you got email too, right?
Yeah, pottersconcrete@gmail.com.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you could easily email it, so I don't know.
Now, just a quick break, have a look at the two gentlemen at the bottom of the screen. Now, the guy with the little beard also has a massive screaming match with the judge, and it's absolutely epic, and that will be linked at some point down below. I'm waiting for that video to be monetized. Unfortunately, YouTube have been smashing me with demonetization lately, so if you want to make sure and support this channel, hit that like button and comment and subscribe. Consider becoming a member, Patreon, or grabbing some special edition Irish Demon merch for the upcoming fight in Kentucky.
You know what?
If she's got to come down, if she's got to pay somebody to bring her down here and has to have special accommodations and pay somebody for that, we'll just add that on. It's not a problem.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
You need to bring receipts and proof of you paying somebody to do that.
No, I got my grandkids to do that. But but that's just, I'm trying to get these kids in school. I'm their guy. And
Well,
this is
ma'am,
setting me-
ma'am,
I was hoping everything would be completed today.
well, ma'am, it's not going to be.
I see. So the August the 23rd at 9:30.
Mr. Potter, you were served with the subpoena, right? Now, again, ma'am,
Yes.
if you want to give him your email address, and if he emails this stuff to you, before, well, you would need it by the end of the week. Or by the weekend.
What if
he wants to do that,
what if all the information I'm requesting is not sent via email?
then I
We're
guess
checking back.
I guess
We
we
have-
all see each other on next Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Well, ma'am, if he could email everything to you and save everybody a trip, then everything will be good. But if not, we'll see everybody on Tuesday.
So what if
Okay.
the email have all the items that I'm requesting? That's my question.
Then we'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay. See you on
I'm just
Tuesday.
telling him, if he fully complies with Mr. Potter, if you fully comply with the subpoena by email, you could save everybody a trip down here. Otherwise, we'll see you on Tuesday. Okay, let me move on here.
Now that was quite an interesting case. I don't know what the background of it is, but this guy felt the need to hire an attorney that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, evidently, rather than just pay the lady the $1,000 or whatever it is that he owed. Now it seems like the lady is disabled and it's quite difficult for her to get to the courthouse, and it appears that this guy's trying to make it as difficult as possible. Now let's turn our attentions to the attorney. Should he have been in the room? No, he shouldn't have. Did he know he shouldn't have been in the room? I think maybe he did. Allegedly, don't sue me. Because it was obvious from the start that he was trying to hide off screen. And then when the mediator came on, she said that he didn't make himself known until later on in the conversation. He also seemed to have a bit of pushback to the idea that he wasn't supposed to be there. Now, what do you think about a situation where a lawyer talks to a judge like this? Do you think it's appropriate? Do you think it's the right way to do it? Maybe it's not. Let me know what you think down below. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me. We'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte.